My project on a company called Conceptos Plásticos. It's a company down in Colombia, Bogota. Um, the topic was turning environmental issues into humane solutions. And it's about this company. Originally it was a recycling plant. They collected plastics and various types of waste, and they would recycle it. One of the founders, Oscar Mendez, was actually an architect, and he came up with a plan to actually melt down all the waste, the plastics, the rubber, and create plastic bricks, kind of like Legos. So the environmental issue being the waste, he was able to actually produce or industrialize a method to melt it down into bricks that can be used to build houses for homeless. So I thought that was a pretty unique.
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's really
pretty unique. We've seen, or at least I've seen some stuff online before. People using bottles, but nothing on this kind of scale where the actual procedure has been industrialized to the point where they're manufacturing a certain product and they're actually using it to help people. So the title, Turning Environmental Issues into Humane Solutions, and the emerging technology being that it's been industrialized. So right now it was initially in Bogota, Colombia, and it was first conceived in 2013. They didn't start actually producing until 2014, so it's pretty recent. Over the past couple years, they've actually had a lot of headway, recycling as much as 160 tons of plastic and rubber and other waste, and building 16 houses, 3 shelters, accommodating up to 270 people.
great, really good.
In Colombia. So they've got a lot of good stuff going. I believe they actually just won a contract, and they're trying to go international, which kind of ties into the thesis that I'm working with right now. Basically, the industrializing the utilization of plastic and rubber would have rubber waste would build to build homes for the homeless in Bogota, Colombia, from 2014 to the present, would eventually lead to a global initiative to hopefully foster some sort of new innovation to accommodate the homeless or other solutions. One of the reasons why I picked this, I have a passion for helping people. I like seeing people get things they need. And also, it's kind of interesting to see someone use a problem to solve another problem.
Yeah.
It's like 2 birds with 1 stone. It's a pretty innovative solution that he was able to develop. So they've been getting a lot of state grants, national grants, and they're looking to go international. Let's see.
James,
So-
are they focusing on one country in particular?
Well, initially it was just where they started in Bogota, Colombia,
Yeah.
and then they started expanding to other cities in Colombia. And one of the last things I was reading was describing how they won a $300,000 contract to start setting up operations in other countries. I think the U.S. was actually one of them. So I've seen actually online, even through like Facebook. I don't know if any of you go through that stuff, but
No, it's good.
there was
This
a.
is- absolutely.
I know I've seen posts about these garbage collectors that are actually pulling up plastics and stuff from the harbors and whatnot. Applications like that can be used to create homes for other homeless in the cities.
See, let me sort of interject something. This is a really outstanding example of one of the things I've been saying. That in academic research, they want to push you into like classic Harvard, Princeton, Yale stuff. Where the fact is that, okay, if you're a professor doing deep background research, that's fine. But for the things we're talking about, that's a waste of time. It's much more interesting to really probe the web and Facebook and all the social media. I mean, I have the sense that they're probably doing the same thing in China. Okay, so you want to see if you can, and some of those sites in China are probably translated. And for other kinds of things, I've sort of spent hours looking to see what is going on in China and just been really, really surprised by the things that are completely public. And you might do a little bit of this, and I know you want to stay focused on Colombia, that's a great idea.
Yeah, the start, and then I was gonna broaden out to kind of
Yes.
tie into the thesis that it's gonna help at least spur or contribute to
Yes.
a more global
Yeah,
initiative, so.
Or just maybe think about whether maybe someone else is like doing this on a scale much larger than the small one in Colombia.
I could definitely look into that too. Just to give you guys some stats, some information.
Great.
The way that the construction and the way it was developed for people that they can actually build their own homes. A group of 4 people, it would take approximately 5 days to build a modular home, roughly about 430 square feet, and it would only cost about $5,000 to $7,000. And each home can be customized. It can be 2 stories. So there's a lot of capabilities there, being kind of like plastic Legos. It's very lightweight. It's much cheaper for construction. Each modular home would have at least the base model that they usually advertise has 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a living room, a dining room, and a kitchen.
So this is, I mean, that's fantastic. I mean, that's,
Now each brick that they use to have like the main piece of the walls are only 6.5 pounds. So it's really light. It can be earthquake resistant because it's a little bit flexible.
yeah, you're right. That's a great point.
Let's see. And it takes a long time to degrade. I've seen numbers as low as 300 years and numbers as high as 500 years so far.
Wow.
So it'll last quite a while.
Several generations.
Exactly.
Right.
Other than that, I had a video I posted on the
There's a
student
really
lounge. It's like a 1-minute
outstand-
video.
Yeah, there's an outstanding video. Let's either watch it at the end, or what I'll do, maybe what we can do is, I'll put it up where I'm putting up these presentations,
Okay.
maybe even in your presentation. You'll see just sort of how it works.
That's
Questions?
incredible. That'll also free up a lot of landfills.
Yeah, no,
The
absolutely.
landfills have been
Yes.
very over,
Yes.
populated.